Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Dark Match. I am No Leaf Clover. We will be talking about TNA Impact Wrestling for March 22nd, 2012, and hopefully at some point we don't get DMCA'd for no fucking reason whatsoever. As I said, I'm No Leaf Clover, and joining me tonight are...
the fat one himself, Subrick, and don't forget, the DMCA was solely created so that way people could falsely claim shit that they didn't own.
I'm the Lone Warrior, and what is this?
And I'm your Foxy friend Backlash, and we'll explain it to you later, Jess. And as always, it is time once again for one of our favorite segments. What is Iron Sheik tweeting? Hunger Games when the Tito Santana eat taco with the dog shit instead of the meat. Hashtag Team Sheiky.
Oh god, Team Sheiky, we need fucking t-shirts.
Isn't there already one? Oh,
He has a shirt.
T-shirts.
It's certainly a better catchphrase than Kung Pao bitch.
true, but this is not the show to talk about.
Yes,
anything that can keep us from talking about this Impact is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead we must talk about TNA Impact Wrestling, which...
Or why Hulk Hogan has the biggest dick in the world.
Dear God,
according to him.
this was one of the shittiest impacts I have seen in a long while.
Go ahead, sorry.
It's like a post-Bound for Glory show. The level of wrestling that was on the show compared to the amount of talking is astronomical.
It was Russo-esque. I think is a bet. I asked after the show happened, they can't have seriously fired Russo because this was as close to Vince Russo as we could get.
Let me give you guys an idea of how bad this was. Hey Lars, what did you think of last night's Impact?
It was all right.
Oh, Lars. TNA sucks badly when Lars isn't coming over it.
You see, people, even Lars can't even say this was the most amazing thing, and he always says that about Impact. I mean, seriously, he didn't even rewatch it after the show was over. He just took his Velvet Sky action figure into the bathroom and didn't come out for 5 hours.
5 hours?
Ew.
He regenerates quickly.
Ew. No.
He's got some kind of fucking stamina. How the
Stop!
fuck does that chafe?
No,
How does that chafe? I'm actually curious.
It's like I said, he regenerates really quickly.
What does regeneration have to do with this? What is this, cock Doctor Who?
No.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, it's not the David Tennant Doctor Who. It's the TV movie Doctor Who.
What? She just cut it off, and all of a sudden, fireworks shoot out of it, and a new one grows in its place and looks completely different.
Yes, it does. Before it was small and white. Now it's black.
I think he's employing some kind of tantric masturbation with that action figure.
He was reading the Kama Sutra at the exact same time.
How is he getting off on a... I don't get how he's getting off on an action figure.
All we know now is that it's really hard to turn the limbs on the Velvet Sky action figure now.
Stop. Please.
Oh, we're starting early with this tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think Jess's picture is already broken.
Yep, that's broken. All right. Anyways, yeah, Impact sucked, and here's one of the big problems. They gave us the ending to Victory Road on free television.
Again! They do this with every pay-per-view.
No, they actually don't. Like, they'll show still frames, but they showed verbatim everything that happened after the Sting Bobby Roode match.
The only thing they didn't show that I can tell is Bobby Roode dragging Dixie by her hair because no man-on-woman violence.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went to still photos for at 2 points during that opening video. I think that was why.
Yeah.
So,
but
it was still bloody stupid. And I'm kind of glad I didn't watch the end of Victory Road.
Yeah, lucky you. Anyways, we start the show proper with Dixie coming out, and I've already lost interest.
Yeah, well, she comes out and the first thing she does is she's saying, you know, I've spent the past week talking to my lawyers. I've been talking to people in the back. I've been talking to my business committee, and we've all come to the same agreement. And there's nothing else I can really do about Bobby Roode, who has embarrassed this company. You've embarrassed this company, Bobby. And there's only one thing that I can really do now, and that is to. And she gets interrupted by goddamn Sting. We know what she was gonna do. She was gonna fire his ass, and the crowd was all for it.
Oh, this has not yet begun to get stupid.
It gets stupid in about 10 seconds.
Oh, I know.
Oh, astronomically more stupid.
Yeah, like they actually have some logic. Like Bobby Roode's finally getting fired for playing fast and loose like this, and then Sting comes out and fucks it all up.
Yeah, Sting comes out. He comes out of the ring and he tells Dixie, "Look, Dixie, this is great and all, Dixie, you know, but it's not the kind of revenge you deserve."
No,
Dixie.
that's not exactly what he said. He says, I know you want to fire him, Dixie, but you don't really want to fire him. You want revenge. The fuck?
And
I
what
was
better way
firing
is
him.
there to get revenge than firing him?
Exactly. What the hell? Continuing to pay him money and have him be your champion just so you can make him look stupid to the fans? That's not fucking revenge.
You can
That's
she can take the Triple H route and fine him $250,000.
It's
And
not
you know
even
what? You know what? Even if you want to do like this whole revenge thing, why don't you have Bobby Roode come out to the ring, have everyone on the roster line up, and they get to kick him in the balls?
This is such anti-logic. We've created a new fucking word. It's anti-logic. It's the exact opposite of logic. Don't
Copyright
fire the guy.
copyright DarkMatch 2012.
Don't
All
fire
rights
the guy
reserved.
who's fucking tormenting your company for the last 4 months. Don't fire the guy whose only MO seems to be wanton destruction and doing whatever the fuck you want. No. Keep him on the roster so you can embarrass him. Because, no one else has tried to embarrass this shithead. It's not like Sting's been trying to do that for the last 3 months and failing.
It gets even dumber because the crowd goes from, chanting, "Fire Roode, fire Roode," to "We want revenge, we want revenge," because they're fucking pinheads.
They're sheeple.
Sheep. The
Ugh.
whole goddamn lot of them. Sheep.
Actually, I think this is kind of insulting to sheep. But anyway, they end this particular part of the promo by having Sting come out and say, "I just don't feel like I'm working out as a general manager." And they go to commercial right after he says this on like a fucking cliffhanger. And I don't like where this is going.
No one is, dude. No one is.
Y'all know where this road leads.
Yes. He says that he can't be a GM and a wrestler, and the fans keep doing that stupid "You still got it" chant. Which when he did the drop kick 6 years ago at Final Resolution against Jeff Jarrett, okay, he hadn't wrestled in fucking 5 years. It was good. But when they did it at Victory Road, he just shoved him into a corner. That is not fucking "You still got it" material. But I digress.
And for the record, he did a drop kick last night, but it looked like shit.
Yeah. He's old and he's broken down. He shouldn't be anywhere near a wrestling locker room. But I digress.
That's just the Impact Zone's fucking MO is chanting shit now. I noticed this I had some other wrestling buddies before I started hanging out with you guys, and what we noticed very quickly is that the Impact Zone crowd, it doesn't pop. You know how something awesome on WWE television happens and everybody cheers? No. This crowd doesn't pop. This crowd chants. The crowd is trying to get itself over. So on top of all
the crowd is a character on the show, you know.
They're cast members. But yes, what Sting says.
I'm so happy this is a bad episode of Impact because the rest of them have been so fucking boring.
Yeah,
you just wanted an excuse to shout.
Yes, I did.
But yes, we all digress.
You're gonna have.
We all digress.
You're gonna have.
Sting says that he can't be a wrestler and an authority figure at the same time, and he says I can't do both if I'm going to compete at Bobby Roode's level. I hate to do it, but I'm going to go home, rest, and I'm going to get better, and I'm going to come back and be nothing but a wrestler.
And he's going to continue fighting for the company and for Dixie by being a wrestler. And he's just going to do it in a different capacity than he has been. So he's stepping down as general manager. And Dixie looks at him and goes, but what am I going to do? And Sting... Now, I like to Sting says that he knows the guy for the job. And immediately, every alarm in my head was going off when he started talking. I didn't read the spoilers for this week. So immediately, I can hear the, oh no, he's not this stupid. And then...
He's doing his best Genghis impression.
You're right.
So he says, I never leave you hanging.
That's two down.
Broken glass.
I know the right guy for the job. A guy who knows how to take the company all the way to the top, who can devote 100% of his time and focus to the company, and the fans start chanting for Hogan. And...
He's American made. He's American made.
I'm not broken yet. I'm just slightly cracked.
And yet Sting says you need to pick Hulk Hogan. And I wanted Dixie to just slap him and go, are you fucking nuts? Because he's fucking nuts.
The same guy who back in 2010 stole the company from you. And you're just going to say, here's the keys.
To
Again.
a mountain and shove him down with the edge of my hands.
At this point, Surge would be a better authority figure.
Where is Surge? We haven't seen him in forever.
Who the fuck is Surge? I don't think we had that, and that leads to some really dumb shit later on. But we go backstage, and we get Bully Ray, who all of his momentum has been taken away by the fact that he lost in 10 seconds at the pay-per-view. He says that he's really pissed off. He's not taking the show hostage. He's going to take matters into his own hands. And it's not a good night his way.
No! God damn it. He really is doing Abyss's gimmick from last year.
He just needs... Where's Janice when you want him?
It's like they took an old Vince Russo script and fucking put it on the show.
I'd like to see that they're not that stupid, but no, they're stupid. So
they are more than that stupid.
Yeah. So they lead from this into an X Division title match.
It's Austin Aries versus Emma Ion versus Tony Nese versus Kid Cash, and I gotta say this was a good match. But the weird thing is they're turning Austin Aries face.
Well,
no, they are. I've read spoilers for next week. He's turning face.
So
it's his mythical tweeting powers that are getting the fans behind him.
Which doesn't make any sense, considering that he's still flaunting himself around like an asshole and calling himself the greatest man who ever lived, and he got his dick sucked by Eric Bischoff at Victory Road.
They want him to be punked so bad. And he's not punked.
They want him to be a likable douchebag, but it's not working.
Austin Aries is a very good performer. He's a good wrestler. He's a good talker. Just make him that. They are trying to make him fucking CM Punk. That's all this company knows how to do. They took in the guy who works on the independent scene, and they fucking it's like in WCW with Goldberg. I was watching the Legends of Wrestling Roundtable, and they were talking about the NWO, and JR was it JR or fucking JJ Dillon? I think it was JJ Dillon who said you looked at Goldberg and you looked at Austin, and if you put their two pictures together, it'd be like looking in a mirror. So half the reason that Goldberg got pushed was because he looked a lot like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like if you were flipping channels and you saw a bald guy in black trunks, you'd be like, "Oh, Austin." Oh wait, no, that's not Austin. Well, stick here. It's the same fucking thing they're doing with fucking Austin Aries, where they take an independent wrestler who has quote unquote street cred, and they're trying to make him what the guy at the bigger company is. Well, it's the same fucking thing. This company never learns.
Well, really, they've been giving him the God push up till now, but I have the sneaking suspicion that they're going to be setting up Bully Ray versus Austin Aries for the X Division title, and Bully Ray's probably going over because he can't be happy that Devon got a singles title before him. Which, by the way, Devon not on this show. There's your TV champion, people.
Hey, there's still even in that they're still ripping off WWE. They're not letting their mid-card champion be on TV.
But
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know because Santino and Cody have been on.
No, Jack Swagger.
Swagger doesn't have a title.
No, when he was United States champion, he was champion for 20 minutes before John Cena beat his face into the ground, and then you didn't see him for 5 weeks until he was on Superstars, and then you didn't see him until the pay-per-view, and then a couple of days later he lost to Santino.
Well, that's because nobody wants to see Jack Swagger anymore.
Exactly. I never wanted to see Jack Swagger from the start, so yeah.
Yep, we've gotten very off topic. Let's talk about this match because it was a damn good match.
Yeah,
until
I liked it. There was
no, don't get to that just yet because I got to be honest. Why isn't Tony Nese getting pushed? Because this guy was really damn good in this match.
Because young guys don't draw, brother.
Well, the only reason, I thought it was a really good match. The only thing that really made me laugh was Nese going for he goes for a cross-body block. He goes for a top rope cross-body onto Kid Cash, and he just completely whiffs it. And I'm not sure if it's because Cash wasn't in place or in the right spot or what, but it's just like he misses, and it's obvious he misses, and Cash is just like, okay.
Well, Kid Cash, he hurt his leg very early in the match.
Kid Cash is in no condition to be doing any kind of wrestling, let alone X Division wrestling.
I was gonna say, I thought that this was after that, but yeah, it was after this. It was right after that he got thrown out of the ring and looked like he hurt his leg. But the final, it was a good match. The final spot though was the big, 4-person Tower of Doom, and they were all there, convulsing.
Seen that spot in TNA?
Yeah, I think it's like one of their staples of an X Division.
It's like the X Division go-to move when you need a big topper.
Yeah. So they do that, and just from the way that they were all flopping around like, oh, this is killing me, you kind of suspected that something was about to happen, and sure enough, Bully Ray comes out.
Yeah. And he comes out, and Austin gets up, and he gets all pissed off at Bubba for interfering in his match. And then Bubba kicks him in the face.
Yeah, Aries
Way
goes,
to bury your champion!
Cool. Aries goes, I thought we were cool, man. And Bully Ray looks at him and goes, we are cool. And then he, just boot to the head. And he grabs the mic and he goes, do you know who I am? And he's not the Ice Princess, let me tell you. I am Bully Ray.
Now he's stealing Orton's gimmick. My name is Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Listen, I was going to get the Ice Princess reference.
Yeah, so now
it's from.
Exactly. Nobody's gonna get it. Except me. And I feel bad for making it.
So Bubba does his shtick, and then we go to Mexican America, who I don't think we've seen in fucking forever.
No, they haven't. I thought Anarchia had been bumped back to OVW.
I thought he'd been fired, so.
And where in the, well, no, I'm getting ahead of myself, but how did Hernandez become the stooge in his own stable?
I don't know.
But here's what this segment is.
TNA.
Here's what this segment is. They're trying to promote Repo Games, which is Spike TV trying to cash in on True TV's overwhelming presence of fat guys repoing cars. And we honestly thought this was an interesting premise at first because like it's also a quiz show where if you answer enough questions right, they'll just give you your car back, which is bullshit.
That's a stupid idea for a show. That's
a
really stupid idea.
Well, I thought this was. I thought it was like that could be kind of interesting, and they do that with Mexican America here because the guy who's repoing the car, I forget his name because I just don't care, and I know it's probably sitting right in front of me on this results, but again, I don't care. is repoing their car, and they come out like, "Olale, Holmes, what are you doing, man?"
I'm repoing your car, but if you know this answer,
I'm repoing your car because you're a dirty Mexican who can't pay their bills.
You're a Mexican. You're not even a Mexican. You're a Canadian.
You're a Canadian. You're Puerto Rican.
You're American.
Anarchy. He has no.
You're a bat. You look like Chavo Guerrero.
Yeah, but he basically asks them a bunch of Latin American related questions, and Anarchy, does he get any of them right?
He gets the year that Mexico won its independence right, and then he gets the chimichanga and the wrong, and he just he doesn't even try to spell Guadalajara.
Like G-W-Lahara, that's how you spell it, man. And so they lose the game, but they're like, oh come on, we've got tag team title matches. If we win the titles, we'll have enough money to pay you. I don't know how that works, but
the theory was if either one of them won, they would be able to get the money to pay him. And he was like, okay, I'll wait here.
Which, by the way, where is Mexican America getting a tag team title shot out of fucking nowhere?
Eric Bischoff took his hand, reached it far up his ass, and pulled it out.
No, I'm serious. They haven't been on TV in months, and Joe and Magnus already defended their titles at the pay-per-view.
Well, hey, if Rey Mysterio can win the WWE Championship after losing on TV for 6 months straight, these guys can get a tag team title match for not being on TV for 3 months.
TNA!
Christ.
But yeah, we go to commercial, and our next match is for the Knockouts Tag Team Title match, ODB and Eric Young versus Sarita and Rosita. And I gotta say, I know we don't normally listen to the commentary, but I was because I wasn't in the Skype call at the time. Taz is losing his mind. Because
wait, you just realized this now?
No. Listen up, because Mike Tenay, he's talking about how ODB and Eric Young are going to be having their wedding in the Impact Zone ring, and Taz just randomly says,
"Wait! When did this marriage thing come about?"
It was a couple weeks ago on Impact.
Yeah, Eric Young
backs up, Rick. But
yeah,
but in the middle of Mike Tenay saying like they've got this whole big wedding planned in the Impact Zone, Taz just randomly says, "You know, Mike, the Knockouts tag team titles were designed for, women." And that's all he says, and Tenay is just like, wait, what? I'm trying to talk about ODB and Eric Young, and you're just like, well, yeah, I know, but Eric Young, he's not a woman, and if he was, he's the ugliest woman I've ever seen.
Yeah, Taz is
Mike Tenay, he can't believe
like, no, the more I think about it, the funnier it gets.
Today he's just sitting there like, Taz, are you even watching the program? He's like, yeah, I'm watching it. Eric Young, he's not a very attractive woman.
No,
The
I actually think
knockouts
the highlight
on knockouts.
no, the highlight for me was Taz going, "Well, I ain't gonna be at their wedding," like, which is gonna be on Impact. It's like,
They're lucky if I send a tweet.
I mean, on the one hand, yeah, there is a sense of, well, it is a fucking wrestling wedding, so
Wrestling. I don't think I've ever seen one wrestling wedding that's gone right.
The Kane and Lita one.
No, that didn't go right either.
No, that went right in that it
no, it went right, but
finished.
we didn't. But I don't think Matt Hardy expected to get chokeslammed off the stage.
Yeah, I think that's as best as wrestling weddings ever went in, considering that ended with Matt Hardy getting the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, well, don't forget that we also got the wonderful segment of Gene Snitsky, I believe it was. No, it was either that or the Edge Lita wedding where Gene Snitsky read a poem.
That was from Kane Lita.
Yeah, you're thinking of the time Snitsky punted a baby into the crowd.
No, there was also Trish Stratus coming out in the hottest wedding gown known to man, and telling Lita to open your heart, just like you opened your legs.
Trish was awesome.
I miss Trish. I missed that wedding dress. That was a great wedding dress, let me tell you.
Yeah, so we have this match, and yeah. And the way that it ends is that, well, firstly, we got Eric Young. He gets the hot tag, and he comes in, and he cartwheels and takes off his pants.
Well, it's like it's a theory I've got. Eric Young is the next Hulk Hogan. I think I've brought this up before. Probably have. Where, instead of, hulking up and ripping off his shirt, Eric Young takes his pants off.
He uses his sex appeal to beat them into submission.
Actually, that's pretty much what happens.
Yeah, because Sarita and Rosita, they start grinding on him like a pair of hoochies.
Well, they are Hispanic.
People can't resist the epic beard.
And they come over and, they're like, "Oh, you're so handsome." Sorry. Very sorry. They're like, "Oh, you're so handsome." And ODB sees this, and she goes, "What the fuck are they doing?" And she just destroys them. And then looks at Eric Young and goes, "What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "It's me." And she's like, "Oh, well, okay." And she kisses him, and he gets the pin. He never did I don't think he ever did get his pants off all the way. They were down around his ankles.
No, he got them off.
Which Taz mentions. He's like, "Hey, he's still got his pants around his ankles."
But yeah, she basically sticks her tongue down Eric's throat, and he passes out on top of Rosita and gets the pin.
And I don't mind the Eric Young and ODB stuff. I just wish that he wasn't, in these matches. Because he's not really, he can't really do anything.
Yeah.
Well, ever since the brain injury angle from a couple of years ago, he's just been getting put into stupider and stupider situations. Although I don't think it'll be hard to beat Orlando Jordan as a life partner.
Though honestly, Eric Young is at least entertaining, and he can wrestle, but they're just not letting him because he's fighting women. But yeah, following this, we get a recap of what happened between Crimson and Matt Morgan at Victory Road, as if we care. And then Crimson
Crimson and Matt Morgan. No one cares.
Yeah, and we go backstage to Crimson, and he's watching Matt Morgan's direct auto insurance commercial.
I halfway expected him to be there with a bottle of Jergens and us, interrupting. Crimson being like, "Oh yeah, sell that insurance. Sell that insurance. Wait, oh shit, where'd you guys come from?" Unfortunately, I couldn't be that entertained.
Yeah.
What the hell is it with this show and masturbation jokes? What the fuck?
It's the Michael Bay of wrestling.
Wow.
Anyway, Crimson, he pauses the commercial and he goes, See, this is the problem with this. This is the problem with me and Morgan. He was never about the team. He was trying to launch a Hollywood career at my expense, and he's pointing at the commercial. And all I can think is, what kind of leap of logic does it take to go from shitty commercial to he wants to be in Hollywood?
Only 4 people have seen that fucking commercial, and he's one of them.
Well, no, 5. You have to remember.
To take a joke from Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, there's only 4 people that have ever seen Matt Morgan's direct auto insurance commercial: Crimson, Eric Bischoff, and the guy sitting in the hospital that's too injured to reach for the remote. And I just got word that Matt Morgan dozed off.
But yeah, about that commercial, that was Matt Morgan attempting to act.
Seriously, I just thought they let him loose on a set.
I thought he just kind of wandered in there and started spearing people.
Yeah, I figured they just like stuck a needle full of steroids in his ass and let him rage.
But yeah, he basically says, like, we're going to settle this in the ring. And then Morgan jumps out of the nether and starts attacking him.
Seriously, he like bamfs into the fucking scene like Nightcrawler.
He appears out of thin air. He came through an invisible portal.
But honestly, though, if Matt Morgan showed up with blue fucking skin and a tail, I would be all over that.
Wow.
I'd be kind of scared, but
so after
interesting.
It'd be something fucking interesting.
It is Matt Morgan, though.
All right. So yeah, they brawl for a little while, and then security eventually breaks them up. So yeah, we're probably setting up for Matt Morgan versus Crimson at Lockdown. Whoop-de shit. And we get shots of Dixie Carter walking backstage. We get more
exciting.
And then James Storm walking backstage, and then Jeff Hardy cutting a promo backstage, basically saying like, "Kurt, you cheated in our match."
Is he putting on his makeup?
No, he didn't have any makeup on, but he gets interrupted by not Abyss.
Look, I don't care what anyone says. He sounds just like goddamn Abyss.
It's Abyss.
Yeah, I think he's Abyss because you can see that his front teeth are fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to...
Yeah, it's Abyss, and basically he says like, "Oh, you've had matches with my brother. Would you know where he is?" And Jafar's like, "No." Okay, bye.
It's like that little girl from the little girl from Animaniacs who she just asks a bunch of random questions at the end. She's like, "Okay, I love you. Bye bye."
Oh, you mean the what you doing?
Why? One. Yeah,
Why?
It's the big fat ugly wrestler version of that little girl.
This next segment kind of depressed me because it was footage from when TNA was actually good.
Yeah, it's basically they're talking about Bobby Roode and James Storm, how they came into TNA. Storm is part of America's Most Wanted.
Yeah, James Storm was in America's Most Wanted. Bobby Roode was in Team Canada.
Yeah, and this is about as far as I got before I ran out of YouTube videos. I mean, before my recording device crapped out. Yeah.
All right. The only thing noteworthy is that at one point James Storm starts talking about, like, with all the people that have come and gone, I'm surprised that it's me and Bobby Roode still around. And the video starts showing people who have left TNA, mostly people who are now in WWE. So, subtle jab there. But the one thing I noticed is that they showed Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal got screen time.
Holy crap!
Yeah! Huzzah!
What the hell are we going to do for our bit? What are we going to do for our bit?
Well, he was only on screen for like 2 seconds.
What gets less screen time than Hulk Hogan?
Oh, that's a good.
Fuck, that could take a while.
Fucking everything.
But yeah, this leads into James Storm coming out to the ring, and he starts talking about shit like, why is football only 18 weeks out of the year? Why is gas $4 a gallon? And why the hell is Bobby Roode still world heavyweight champion?
Weather, bad corporate America, and because
Stupid
it's TNA.
booking.
Because you touch yourself at night.
No, Leaf, what are you doing looking in my window?
Oh, God.
Mariette, what are you doing looking in Lars's window?
No,
No, Leaf, you're not supposed to do that with the Barbie doll.
What the fuck?
Put down the peanut butter, it's okay. No, you're not supposed to use a can of whipped cream for that. I told you the last time.
Stop, he's already dead.
Ew, you're not supposed to put that in a can of ragu.
What the hell? Okay, anyways,
when I talked about cock, that's not what I meant.
Anyway,
yeah, let's get to the promo because it was actually a pretty decent promo. He calls for Bobby Roode to come out, and Bobby Roode's music hits, and instead we get British Johnny Ace, motherfuckers. A British Johnny Ace. They have a British Johnny Ace.
Oh my, what must that voice sound like?
He comes down and he comes down to the ring and he takes out a microphone. And I love how James Storm is selling this because he's looking at him and he's like, Bobby, you look different, Bobby. Did you get a haircut, Bobby? And eventually he's like, you're not Bobby. And the guy picks up the microphone, and what the hell was his name?
William Kelly.
Yeah, William Kelly. And he's like, may I have everyone's attention, please? No. My name is Mr. William Kelly, and I represent Robert Roode.
That is the worst British accent since Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins.
Do you think I give a shit?
That's not the proper way to do a British accent. This is the proper way to do a British accent.
Okay, then you can do this promo then.
I am here to inform everyone that Mr. Roode will remain at his home in Canada.
Stop. That's not fucking British.
That's a really over-exaggerated British voice.
No, you sounded French. How about we just talk like Americans because that's what all of us are.
We speak American.
You
from America.
I said except Jess.
All right, and anyways, he basically says that Bobby Roode will not be appearing on TNA programming until lockdown. Oh, by the way, guess who's going to be on Impact next week?
Santa?
If only.
Captain Jack Sparrow?
Captain Jack Harkness?
And this whole time the guy's reading...
Goku. It's
the whole time this guy's reading this whole spiel, James Storm is still sniffing the guy like a puppy dog, like not sure if he's real or not. And basically says, like, all right, he's not here tonight. But you know what? Can you take a message to him? You got a pen, right? And the guy doesn't have a pen. What kind of lawyer are you? Well, you know what? I was never good with words, so just tell him this. And he super kicks him.
Yeah, but he also says that Storm he suggests that Storm face either Daniels or Kazarian because... Wait, Daniels or Kazarian not doing something with AJ? Yes!
Oh, by the way, someone else who wasn't on this program.
Oh. Still. Yes!
In fact,
actually, you mentioned James Storm sniffing the lawyer like a dog. If James Storm took out his dick and whizzed all over him, it would make for a much more interesting segment.
You know what? I actually I had this is unconfirmed, but there are reports that AJ Styles might be getting sent to OVW.
What?
Because he is not scheduled to appear on any Impact show tapings between now and lockdown.
What? Why? That's fucking stupid. It's AJ Styles. He does not need to be sent to developmental.
They don't use it as developmental. They use it as shelf space.
It's AJ fucking Styles.
I am subtly no longer happy about him not feuding with Daniel Kazarian if that's what they're doing.
And
my soul
best
hurts.
bet is, unless plans change, we are still just not going to get him until, at the very least, after lockdown. Which, by the way, for how much they're hyping lockdown.
Can't TNA just put him out of his misery and release him so he can go to WWE and have a meaningful career?
Or even if WWE doesn't want him, do the indies. He could live like a king on the indies.
He could go to Japan or Mexico. Anywhere but fucking anything but fucking Twitter nonstop action.
He could walk into Ring of Honor and just go, I'm AJ Styles. I created TNA when it was good before Hulk Hogan ruined it. Give me a contract. And he would be their champion within a month.
He could come out on their weekly television show. No one knows about it. Not even management knows it. He could pull like a Scott Hall. He goes through the crowd unannounced. No one knows about it. Not even the front office. And no one would try to throw him out because it's AJ Styles. But after that, we get Garrett Bischoff.
Well, actually, we get Kurt Angle talking about Jeff Hardy. He's like, Jeff Hardy really wants to demand a rematch against me, doing his whole creepy, non-blinking eye face thing that is very unsettling. But then Garrett Bischoff is... the cameraman mentions, like, well, hey, Garrett Bischoff beat you last week. And he was like, Garrett Bischoff beat me? Is that what he did? Oh, there he is! Hey, you fucker, you've been telling people that you beat me? And Garrett displays his complete inability to cut a promo.
He's like, I don't know. I mean, I did not really. I sort of beat you, though, ish. It was a beat the clock challenge thing.
Of all the people in here, I have the best mustache.
So
He'll probably mispronounce mustache, though.
So Kurt Angle just goes, get your ass out to the ring and we'll have a 3-minute challenge. I hate you!
Here's the biggest question concerning Garrett Bischoff. Is it worse as a nepotism push than Eric Watts and Bill Watts or Greg Gagne and Vern Gagne?
You know what? You know what? I'm going to say this is worse because, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say this is worse.
I'm going to say not yet. I'm going to say not yet just because Eric hasn't made any real overtones about wanting to put the world title on Garrett yet. Vern wanted to do it from the fucking start. So we get a 3-minute challenge between... Yes, Mega Fighter says in the chat, at least Eric Watts is more remembered for that terrible drop kick.
Eric with a knee, caught him in the solar plexus, far side. Didn't get all of that drop kick.
But anyway, Garrett Bischoff versus Kurt Angle in a 3-minute challenge. And I know exactly why they made this a 3-minute challenge, because they need to have more time for talking.
Yeah. And eventually they just kind of get to the point where Garrett's like, hey, if I don't get in the ring, he can't hit me. So they have
Which is actually kind
genius.
So they have to send Gunner out to fucking interrupt the match, and we get a DQ finish.
For fucking Garrett. Which means that on his official record, you will look and see Garrett Bischoff versus Kurt Angle, W. Garrett Bischoff.
Twice.
Garrett Bischoff has beaten Kurt Angle.
Twice.
I'd like to... Oh, there it goes. I'd like to think that once TNA finally goes under, they're just going to burn those records. And we're just going to try and protect Garrett Bischoff.
They'll burn them faster than the Nazis tried to burn the Holocaust records.
I think this company actually is well managed enough to keep records of anything.
Wait.
Did we really just Godwin this show? Really?
It's not a.
Oh, no. Fuck it.
Now he's gonna put a big fucking swastika over my picture.
No. Let's get away from this. Jeff Hardy comes out to save Garrett, and segment ends. We get a commercial,
Stupid
and
Jeff Hardy.
we come back to our next match. Samoa Joe and Magnus versus Mexican America for the tag team titles. This match was not that great, and I'm beginning to see why Genghis doesn't like Magnus.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's okay. I'm not like, oh my god, Magnus is actually a lot better than you think. He's okay. He's still relatively green, but
he worked a lot.
he's okay.
He worked a lot better when he was tag teaming with Doug Williams.
Yeah, because they had like they had two styles that were kind of like that kind of rubbed off on one another. They complement.
What has happened to Douglas Williams? I haven't seen him in a while.
He tag teamed with Robbie E in the wild card tag team tournament, and after that, we haven't seen him.
We can't have anybody talented on the wrestling show.
Fuck that noise. We gotta have more time for fucking Hulk Hogan.
And Garrett Bischoff. I'm waiting for the day that they make an Impact solely revolving around Hulk Hogan training Garrett Bischoff.
It'll happen, but the match ends when Sarita and Rosita jump up on the ring apron, trying to get involved in the match, and then fucking what's his face from Repo Games comes down and picks them up off the ring apron and whisks them off to the back. I guess they were behind on the payments for their implants or something.
I thought there was supposed to be no male-on-female semi-violence or whatever.
Well, he just kind of picks them up and fireman carries them away.
Yeah, which I thought was both impressive and scary that he managed to pick both of those chicks up.
Well, don't forget that Rosita is taller than Taz, so it's not that hard.
All right. Anyways, this allows for the distraction. Magnus and Samoa Joe win with their double team thingy. And we get a backstage promo with Hulk Hogan. Oh, dear God. And
here's what he fucking says.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm here. I'm just here because Sting asked me to pee.
I don't know why they woke me up from my coma, brother. I was enjoying the morphine.
No, I'm here, brother. It's not like I get paid to be on TV.
Anyways, we finally conclude the Repo Games bullshit with they bring Sarita and Rosita outside with Hernandez and Anarchia right behind them, and they're begging the guy not to take the car, and they've got no money, and he basically just says to the girls like, "Oh, these guys are chumps. Why don't you come with me? I'm a real man. I got their car." And they're like, "Screw you guys. We're going with this guy."
Wait a second. It's not surprising that they have no money. They work for TNA.
Good point.
Yeah, now that you mention it.
No, if there's supposed to be a gang of Mexican street thugs and they work for fucking TNA, their net worth is probably in negative dollars.
That wasn't even a nice car. By the way.
Yeah,
it had like a stupid paint. It had like stupid green paint on like the top of it, and then it had.
It was like they tried to convert an '86 Chevy into a lowrider.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like somebody killed a clown near
You couldn't even rent a fucking car for the. Oh, and that's not even the best part. Not only does fucking what's his name from Repo Games leave with Sarita and Rosita, he leaves without taking the fucking tow.
Yep.
They just walk on. So we don't even get the satisfaction of seeing the fucking heels get their car towed.
Well, don't forget that's not the biggest injustice that happens to them. Anarchia tries to punch the big fat dude from the show, but it's Anarchia, so he's gonna lose anyway. He gets shoved back at Hernandez, and then the dude from Repo Games walks off with his own personal Hispanic Miss Tessmakers.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, we're almost done. Up next, we've got a short video package saying that the premiere of the music that James Storm comes out to, they're going to have a music video on Impact. Nobody cares. And then we get our main event, which is James Storm versus Kazarian and Daniels, and this was a damn good match. I'll be honest here. But again, I was long past the point of caring, and I barely paid attention to any of this.
But when you give all three of the guys in this match are really damn good, and when you give guys like this the chance to just wrestle, it's fucking good.
The one thing I got to point out is stupid because at the beginning of the match, Daniels and Kazarian come up, but Daniels is like, "I'm gonna hide," which you are not Crash Holly. This is not going to work. It never works. It worked once. And even then, it didn't even really work because Crash Holly lost that match, I think. But...
Wait, which match are you talking about?
Fuck, I don't know! It was in the 90s. Everything's weak.
Actually, Edge did the same thing to Matt Hardy at the first Raw back on USA Network in 2005 when they had their ladder match, him and Matt Hardy. Edge tells Lita to just go out by herself. Matt Hardy comes out and he starts staring down Lita, and then Edge comes running through the back and he comes and beats the fuck out of Matt Hardy.
I know, but like in TNA, they do this whole thing where the guy comes out and he stands on the ramp and he's like, "Nope, I'm gonna hide." And then the other guy comes out and he's jumped, but he just turns around and beats the hell out of the guy anyways. It has never worked in TNA.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
So
because everyone fucking does it. It's like...
It's a foregone conclusion that the heels are going to try and jump the faces during their entrance.
And also, you see that the guy's not in the ring, so he's probably behind you. But yeah, the match, it's kind of short because we need more time for Hogan.
But I'm waiting for the day when one of the heels decides to be really fucking slick about it, and he brings out a cardboard cutout of him, plants it in the ring, runs all the way back up the ramp, goes backstage, the face comes out, he stares down the cardboard cutout, and he believes it. And it's TNA, so you know the faces are that fucking stupid.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually one of the big problems I have with TNA. There are no baby faces that are getting really any character development outside of James Storm. This is a company that is obsessed with heels. And it's Eric Bischoff's mantra, controversy creates cash. And yeah, I get it. You put all these slimy guys on TV and we tune in and we want to see them get the crap kicked out of them, but that never happens. Bobby Roode has never had any comeuppance ever since he turned heel after Bound for Glory.
That was another thing that came up. It's funny that I decided to watch this thing on the NWO, before this show. Because that's another thing that JR pointed out. He was talking about the NWO. He said the problem was that you had this cool villain group and all the kids kind of identified with them, but they never had the counterbalance of that. They never had Sting was never a fucking threat. Like, one of the things that Kevin Nash was on the special. One of the things Kevin Nash points out is him and Scott Hall were doing the Outsiders thing where they just sort of like showed up at the building and wreaked havoc on everything. And he said one day we come to the arena, we walk down the aisle, we walk down the steps with bats in our hands, and we jump the rail. And everybody's going crazy, and we've got these aluminum baseball bats, and everybody's, in the ring just staring at us, not really sure what to do. And then we get escorted to the back, and we leave in the Camaro, and then after the show, he's like, they pretty much asked Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, what did you think? Kevin Nash is like, I think you just saw every guy in your company pretty much scared shitless by two guys with aluminum bats. Your entire company is scared shitless by two guys. It's that the heels always have to be the fucking cool guys mentality. It's never gonna fucking change as long as I don't understand it. I don't understand it. They've been around wrestling long enough to know that this shit doesn't work, right? Eric Bischoff has been in the business for 20 fucking years. And the only time it ever worked was for like a 3-year span in the 90s. And after that, it fucking bombed. You'd think he would learn his lesson, but he hasn't.
No,
Eric Bischoff genuinely believes that this shit is good.
he thinks he's just a victim of circumstance. Like, oh, if this had been different, if this was at a different time, all of this would have worked, and I'm going to prove it with TNA. You're killing this company, Eric, and we don't want this company to die. I want this company to be good. I really want it to be good. I would love to get on this show and say, wow, did you guys watch Impact last night? It was fucking awesome. But no, we've got more NWO bullshit. We've got the WCW mentality that the bad guys should always be the focus. That they should never truly be defeated. And you know what? I before Victory Road, I had to struggle to think of when was the last time we had a babyface champion? And well, now I guess we've got Devon, and I guess you could argue Eric Young and ODB, even though those titles are not really all that almost no attention is paid to them. Devon is not even on this program, so why should we care? But
Did they even mention? I don't think they mentioned him once.
Nope. He doesn't even get a token mention, but pretty much almost every week they would have Robbie E come out and do his shtick. But no, once Devon wins the title, we don't see it anymore.
Yeah, don't forget James Storm. He was champion for a week.
2 weeks
before he got he got fucking clanked over the head with a bottle and busted open.
Yeah. And before that, we had Kurt Angle and his eternal run when he was a heel. And next week, you know what they're doing? They're turning Ken Anderson heel again.
This is heel turn number what? 70 for him?
72.
Who cares? Who cares about Ken Anderson? No one gives a shit. He was on TV for 7 months and no one even fucking noticed? Like, every once in a while, I'd be like, what happened to Anderson? But no one fucking cared. Great job, TNA.
Are we just trying to avoid this last segment?
Yes.
Yes.
So we have Sting backstage and Dixie and Hogan. Sting comes out.
Let me take this, because Sting comes out and he tells Dixie, you've got no reason not to trust me.
You have something to say to me, say it.
I've been saying it all along.
This cryptic language.
No, quiet and listen to me. I've been saying it all along, Dixie. You're just not listening to me.
I've never steered you wrong, Dixie. I've always been good to you.
What are you doing? What are you thinking? You cannot leave me of all people. You two cannot leave me.
What choice did you leave us?
And Dixie says, Sting, I trust you completely.
Yes.
You want me to look you in the eye and give you the answer?
Yes.
Yes, I screwed you out of your company.
So they call Hogan out, and he comes.
Wait, no. We gotta talk. Well, okay. You know what? We'll talk about the myriad of issues in this fucking.
Yeah. So Hogan comes down, and Sting and Dixie are. Sting tells Hogan that the fans believe in him, and he's the right person for the job, and they don't get Hogan's answer because they immediately end the show soon after this. But I'm assuming the crowd was chanting Hogan, Hogan, because they're morons.
TNA's crowd doesn't pop; they chant.
And that's it.
Can we talk about how fucking stupid Dixie fucking Carter is? Because
it's been
no leaf.
Conclusion for the last fucking 10 years.
I mean, how many times did Sting fucking piss Dixie off? How many times has fucking Hulk Hogan betrayed Dixie fucking Carter?
How stupid is Sting?
They're all stupid.
How fucking stupid is every goddamn authority figure in this company? This is why we can't take anything in this company seriously, because it's run by fucking morons.
No. See, it's something I realized. Sting, it's obvious that Sting's character has been that he's the most trusting idiot in the world when he wants, most of the time. He has his moments of being like, paranoid psycho, but for the most part, he's a trusting idiot. Just look at WCW and him with Flair, or with anyone where he would somebody who he had no reason to trust.
I swear, Rick, if you swerve me one more time, after the last 50 times you swerved me, you're gonna pay.
Yeah, and he mentions when he's talking to Dixie that he had looked into Hogan's eyes and he was sure that he's the real deal this time. And all I could think is, no, he's not. I mean, she has no reason to believe you. She has no reason to believe in Hogan. Why is she this stupid?
Girls who are given daddy's money to play with freely are usually this stupid.
I don't want Paris fucking Hilton running my fucking wrestling company.
You know what?
Paris Hilton could run a better wrestling company out of her stinky vagina than Dixie Carter could.
Dixie, give us control. We could do this better. At the very least, we might not know anything about actually writing a show, but we know who to hire to do that.
One of these days, I'm going to get us together, and we're going to record a show where we just rebook every shitty fucking angle TNA's ever had. We're going to do that because we're fucking...
We're smarter.
Doesn't make any fucking sense. Nothing they do in this company makes any fucking sense. It's anti-logic.
That has to go on
Copyright
TV Tropes.
DarkMatch.
Someone put that on TV Tropes. I look around at all you guys, and I'm kind of ashamed of myself that I'm the only one who hasn't broken, and it kind of makes me feel like I'm beginning to get jaded with this program.
Well, in my defense, those two assholes broke me at the very beginning. Before we even started talking about this show.
Oh, you've snapped several times in the course of the show.
Yes, and they've always been talking about the same thing that broke me at the bloody beginning.
What? Jerking off? Jerking off is a natural thing, Jess.
Quite aware. I just meant about the people who were supposed to be doing it.
Everybody masturbates, Jess. Why do you have to be a hater?
God damn it!
Jess, you don't know the fun of masturbation until you've experienced a good old school circle jerk.
I'm the lone warrior.
All right, hang on. We're not done yet. I know he got screen time this week, but it was only 2 seconds worth. So, what gets more screen time than Jay Lethal? I'm going to start with Taz's inane commentary about Eric Young being a woman. Gets more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Stupid crossover. Go ahead.
Oh, you go.
Okay. Stupid crossovers with other Spike TV programs get more screen time than Jay Lethal.
You motherfucker, you stole mine. That's your revenge for all this during the show, isn't it?
No.
She hasn't even begun to plot her revenge. Oh, God. What got more screen time? Stupid fucking people got more screen time. Anti-logic got more screen time than Jay Lethal.
Repossession got more screen time than Jay Lethal.
It wasn't even a good repossession. They didn't repossess the car. He walked off before he towed it.
Oh, wait. Actually, we've a better one. The lack of ability to spell Guadalajara got more screen time than Jay Lethal.
All right. I think that's going to do it for this week. Don't forget to subscribe to us on Blip TV or YouTube to keep up to date with all our videos. You can also like us on Facebook. Leave a comment on our page while you're at it. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter. We're all at DarkMatch Wrestling. You can also follow each of us individually on Twitter. And don't forget to check out TRE Productions as well. All our videos are graciously hosted up there along with lots of other cool content. And we're also on Reviewtopia in the community section. And last but not least, visit us at the Spoonie Experiment forums where you can chat with us. That's going to do it for this week. I am your foxy friend Backlash.
I'm the Lone Warrior. Sorry.
I am the fat one, Subrick.
And I am No Leaf Clover. Good night. Good luck. And masturbation is completely natural. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed.
Kill us, Mike.